Balakand, Chapter 2. So far, we have seen the Nishada kill the crowned bird on the banks of river Tamasa. Sage Valmiki uttered those immortal words, and then he realized that everything about that particular verse was so perfect. The grammar, the meter, everything was just so great. And let's continue with that particular realization. Verse 20. So abhishekam tatah kritva tirthe tasmin yathavidi tam eva chintayan artham upavratata vai muni. Then Valmiki had his long delayed bath and went through his prayers. All slowly he wended his way back to the hermitage, his thoughts still engaged with his prophetic words, the marvelous verse that rose unbidden to his lips and bore a terrible curse in its bosom. Verse 21. Bharadvaja tatah shishyo vinita shrutavan guru kalasham purnam adaya prashthatha anujagamaha. Bharadvaja, the profoundly learned yet so humble of heart, followed him at a respectful distance with the water jar on his shoulders, the pitcher brimming over with fresh waters of the rill. So once again, Valmiki doesn't fail to praise his bona fide Shishya, that is, sage Bharadvaja. He calls him a Shishya Vinita. That is a person who is extremely humble and obedient. He is also called a Shrutavan. Shrutavan means the one who has listened to multiple scriptures. So he is a very erudite scholar. So once again, Valmiki teaches us through his disciple sage Bharadvaja that even though Bharadvaja is a very learned scholar, he has no problems following the instructions of sage Valmiki and bring the water jar with him. And we will see in Ayodhya Kand that Bharadvaja is such an exalted sage that he can bring rivers of honey and water and yogurt and so many wonderful things just through his yogic might. And he doesn't show any of that might in front of his guru. In front of his guru, he is always humble. So this is how we should be too. Verse 22. Sapravrishya ashrama padam shishyena sah dharmavit upavishtha katha cha anya chakara dhyanam ashtita. Soon sage Valmiki and Bharadvaja reached the hermitage, and the master discoursed to his disciples a while on themes high and holy. But his thoughts were far away and with his utterance of the morning. So no matter what he spoke, he continued to think about the shloka that is going to be the precursor to the entire Valmiki Ramayana. Verse 23. Ajagam tatah brahmo loka karta swayam prabho chaturmukho mahateja drashtum tam munipungavam. Then there came to see the great sage in his calm retreat, the four-faced one, Brahma, the father of the earth and the skies, the supreme ruler and fashioner of countless systems. True, he could, from his seat on high, cause the holy record of Rama's deeds to reach the ears and hearts of men. But for certain reasons of his own, he chose the fortunate Valmiki as a fitting instrument of that grand service to humanity. So Valmiki calls himself as Muni Pungavam. This is not self-praise. He calls himself as great because he has such an illustrious guru, such as Lord Brahma, who has chosen to visit him. So his greatness is because Brahma himself has come here. So how does he describe Brahma? Brahma is Lokakarta, the fashioner of the 14 worlds. So there are innumerable material universes, and in each material universe there is a Brahma, and This Brahma was born from the navel of Lord Garbhadaksha Vishnu, otherwise known as Lord Padmanabha. And this Brahma received the knowledge of how to create from Lord Krishna's flute. This is very clearly mentioned in Brahma Samhita. And therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam also calls Brahma as Swayambhu, the one who sprang on his own. And he is known as Adi Kavaye, the original created being. The first created being of this universe is Brahma. After he receives the knowledge from Lord Krishna, he goes ahead and fashions this entire universe. So this universe has 14 planetary systems. And such an illustrious person himself comes to sage Valmiki's ashrama. Valmiki calls him as Chaturmukho because our Brahma has only 4 faces. And he is Mahateja because he is highly resplendent. And he is Lokakarta. As we have already discussed, he is the creator of the 14 planetary systems. He is Prabhu. He is very mighty. He is the master. And such an illustrious person has now come to see sage Valmiki in his hermitage. Verse 24. Valmiki ata tam drishtva sahasa utthaya vagyata Pranjali prayato bhutva tasthau parama vismita. Greatly surprised to see Lord Brahma, Valmiki, who is pious and disciplined in speech, immediately got up and with folded palms stood before him. So a few verses ago, we saw sage Bharadvaja serving his guru, sage Valmiki. Now we see sage Valmiki serving his guru's guru, that is Lord Brahma. So this is the line of disciplic succession. So this is how we are supposed to serve the Lord. We serve our guru, the guru serves his guru, and so on and so forth, and thus we serve the Lord. Verse 25. Pujayamasa tam devam padya arghya asana vandanai pranamya vidivat cha enam prishtva cha eva niramayam. Bowing with reverence as enjoined by tradition and having inquired of his well-being, Valmiki worshipped Brahma by falling at his feet and welcoming him with an honorable seat and water with which he could wash his feet. So a guru is always given a place of great honor. So that is, the asana is extremely well-fitting this guru. Then he is also given padya, arghya, vandana, pujaya, so many different ways that are mentioned in the scriptures. That's why Valmiki says that based on the vidhi, based on customs, based on scriptural references, he worshipped his guru and asked him to take an honorable seat. Verse 26. The godly Brahma sat down on a highly worshipful seat and showed a seat for the ascetic Valmiki to sit on. So Brahma's seat is Parama Archite Asane. So highly worshipable seat. So that's the seat that sage Valmiki gives Lord Brahma. And after Lord Brahma is seated, he asks Valmiki to sit down as well. It is important for us to understand the meaning of Bhagavan over here. Bhagavan represents the Supreme Lord. And Srimad Bhagavatam says, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is Lord Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.28, it is mentioned, Ete chamsa kalah pumsa krishnastu bhagavan svayam indrari vyakulam lokam mridyanti yuge yuge All of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord, but Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on planets whenever there is a disturbance caused by atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the theists. In the purport of Srimad Bhagavatam 5.4.3, Srila Prabhupada says, we find the word Bhagavan used twice in this verse. Both King Indra and Rishabhadeva, the incarnation of the Supreme Lord, are described as Bhagavan. Sometimes Narada and Lord Brahma are also addressed as Bhagavan. The word Bhagavan means that one is very opulent and powerful person like Lord Brahma, Shiva, Narada or Indra. They are all addressed as Bhagavan due to their extraordinary opulence. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, purport of 4.31.8, it is mentioned, Narada has no other business than thinking of Krishna, talking of Krishna, and preaching about Krishna. Therefore, he is sometimes called Bhagavan. Bhagavan means one who possesses all opulences. When a person possesses Bhagavan within his heart, he is also sometimes called Bhagavan. So, from these two purports, it is essential for us to understand that even though Brahma is not Lord Krishna, he possesses multiple godly qualities. Why? Because Krishna is always in his heart. Rama is always in his heart. Therefore, this terminology Bhagavan is extremely important because Brahma has come to the ashrama of sage Valmiki with the sole purpose of commanding him to write the story of Lord Rama per the instructions of sage Narada. If Brahma didn't have Rama in his heart, he would have no right to command Valmiki to do a particular service to Lord Rama. Therefore, Valmiki says, Brahma is Bhagavan because he possesses Rama in his heart. Because of that, he also has opulences, and because of that, he can be considered Bhagavan, even though Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. The original Bhagavan is Lord Krishna. Verse 27. Brahmana samanugnatha sopi upavishat asane upavishte tada tasmin sakshat loka pitamahe tat gatena eva manasa valmike dhyanam astitha. Having been ordered by Brahma, Valmiki also sat down on a seat. Although seated in the presence of the Lord of the worlds, he was absorbed in the thoughts of the events leading to the death of the Krauncha bird. His thoughts ever ran upon the strange events of the day. Verse 28. Papatmana kritam kashtam vaira grahana buddhina yat tadrisham charuravam krauncham hanyat akaranat. Alas, he said to himself, how did that wretched hunter bring himself to harm the innocent beings, so sweet of voice and so entirely absorbed in their love as to be oblivious to everything around? He shrank not from the cruel deed and killed that Krauncha without any cause. Verse 29. Shochan eva punah kraunchim upashlokam imam jagao punar antargata mana bhutva shoka parayanaha. And he went on unconsciously repeating to himself the strange words that escaped his lips that fateful morning. So Valmiki himself says that he had Brahma, the illustrious maker of the 14 worlds, seated right in front of him, and yet he was unconsciously repeating those beautiful words that he uttered when the Nishada killed the Krauncha bird. He was constantly thinking about that one line, that one shloka. Why? This question is answered by Lord Brahma himself. There is a reason why Brahma appeared in the ashrama of sage Valmiki. There is a reason why sage Valmiki uttered that beautiful shloka when the crowncha bird was killed. There is a reason behind that inspiration, and we will learn that in the next section.